Come with hope in your heart. Hello, folks. Rest assured, that's where the singing ends. But just let an old man celebrate a glorious victory. Liverpool have won the Premier League. Hey, as I film this, it happened earlier this morning, my time, and wasn't it fantastic to see the celebrations amongst the faithful outside of the stadium, inside the stadium, and just wonderful, wonderful to see. Hats off to Arnie Schlott and the boys and everyone involved. And if you're a Liverpool supporter, as I know some of you are, uh, have a bevy for the old man. Have one on me, or have one for me. I'm not paying. Pay for it yourself. Cost of living pressures here, folks. Can't afford to be buying other people bevies. Anyway, folks, welcome to another video. How you been? All right, I've been out of the game for a little while. Well, a couple of weeks anyway. Maybe getting into closer to 3 weeks. Um, yeah, little break as I look after myself, or try to at least, or allow other people to look after me, perhaps. And we're back today, and we're flying once again, and we're flying the gorgeous aircraft on your screen, folks. This is, of course, the Airbus Phenom 300, one of my absolute favourites, and I know some of you guys also enjoy this one. This will be an FS economy run. We're in Brazil, actually, so absolutely nothing to do with Liverpool, although Brazil, soccer mad country, football mad country. Um, Probably a disappointed football nation in recent times, particularly when it comes to the national team. Brazil's national team not exactly covering themselves in glory of late. Not for lack of talent, because Lord knows they have some very talented individuals, but as a team, not so much. Yeah, we're in Brazil, and we begin our journey in a little place called Guaratuba. Guaratuba. Sierra Golf Bravo is the ICAO. This is down here in the state of Paraná, and I just happen to own this FBO. Recent purchase of mine. I'm venturing into Brazilian real estate, as you do, or virtual flights in real estate anyway. I picked up this FBO. It was on sale. I thought, yeah, it's a beautiful part of the world down here in Paraná, and this one became available, so I thought I'd pick it up and create a fictional business. And my fictional business is flying ecotourists from Sao Paulo, which is up the road a bit, specifically the airport that we're going to fly into today, being the one and only Congonhas. And then, yeah, flying passengers to between Guaratuba and Sao Paulo for a pretty reasonable price. I think you can get a one-way journey for about $700. That's not too bad. Here in FS Economy, I get to fly the Phenom. Life is good. Let me show you the flight plan, folks. All right, let's just quickly orientate ourselves. As I mentioned, folks, we're in Brazil, and as I mentioned, we're in the little town of Guaratuba. Guaratuba, literally meaning lots of guara. Guara was a species of bird, which I understand have since gone extinct, and the people that discovered this part of the world, or at least named this part of the world, yes, decided to name it after lots of birds. I thought, how appropriate. That's my sort of place. I have lots of birds surrounding me. You hear them occasionally in the videos. We'll depart Guaratuba to the north, runway 02. There's no instrument departures or approaches in Guaratuba. Shortish strip, quite a challenge in the Phenom. And yeah, heading kind of north, cruise 17,000 today. Generally what I do is heading northbound, I'll cruise slightly inland, and on the southbound journey, I'll kind of head out towards Santos and Praia Grande, and then kind of hug the coast most of the way before sort of little dog leg around about Ponto do Sul, and then sort of land. And generally I land 20 regardless of what the weather is doing. And if we'll have a look, you'll see in the next segment probably what surrounds this strip, and you'll understand why it's kind of one way in, one way out here in Guaratuba. Anyway, our destination is Sao Paulo, specifically Congonhas, infamous Congonhas. Quite a challenging strip. It's featured in a few videos of mine over the years. I visit frequently. I do have custom freeware installed for it here in X-Plane. I'll link to it. It's quality. The only thing I would mention is that really, really heavy on the performance. But this whole region, anytime I fly in and out of Sao Paulo, it's my rig just screams at me. Um, and the old fans are already revving themselves up in anticipation. Really, really tough. There's just lots and lots of stuff to render. So I don't know what my frame rates will be, but it may be noticeable in the video, stutters and all that sort of stuff. I guess I could change the settings, but folks, I really can't be bothered. Life is too short. We'll pick a runway to land on. We'll see what the weather is en route, and then pick an approach of some sort. Often challenging sort of conditions up here requiring an instrument approach, and but we'll see what it's like when we get there. That's what we've got in store, folks. If you're listening to these words, thank you for your support. Welcome aboard, and let's go flying. And welcome on board, folks. Engine start has been achieved and all that other good stuff. I hope that the sound in this video will come through. I am trying to come through better. I do take feedback, or I do pay attention to feedback that comes through on the channel, and I had a comment a little while ago from someone who requested to hear the aircraft sounds more. I find it very, very difficult to get the balance right. This is a genuine backyard amateur operation here, folks. There's nothing fancy in terms of my audio setup. I fire up an app, I press record. That's about as far as I go, and I don't know much about the whole editing stuff. I don't have a team of people producing this content, so forgive me, but I am trying to provide the best audio experience that I can. Thank you very much for your support. There's been quite a few people join in recent times. I'm not exactly sure why, but one video in particular, which was that video featuring the Q400. We flew in Alaska, which was really about the X-Plane 12.2.0 beta. That seems to have attracted quite a few views, a bit of interest, new subscribers, etc. Welcome aboard to those of you that have just joined, and of course a very hearty thank you for those of you that have been around a while, and an extra special sort of thank you to the Liverpool supporters amongst you. Or should I just say congratulations? Folks, I think we're good to go. We've got a flaps 2 because it's a short strip. We've got our V-speeds plugged in. We'll rotate at about 100. 17,000's plugged in. We're barring up. Pretty straightforward. Actually, I might use that little zoomy thing, which is pretty handy. I'll jump back there. So yeah, our first waypoint is up here. It's pretty much straight out. It's raining a bit, light breeze. Should we do it? I know we haven't tested the SWPS. It is not possible for a person to care less about something than the SWPS being untested. What we should do is press the button.
Takeoff. Okay.
Thanks, mate. Should I say thanks, love? What we'll do is we'll bring those throttles right up. There's climb. There's takeoff. Call that power set. We'll release the brakes. Away we go. Rolling runway 02 Guaratuba, folks. Let's do it. Airspeed should become alive. There it is. We're in business. There's 60. Beautiful aeroplane, this one. There's 80. And we'll rotate around about here. Nice and gentle, does it? Piece of piss. Over the houses. Positive rate. Gear up and all that. We'll just accelerate for a bit before we get rid of the first stage of flap. And we'll get rid of flap 2, go to flap 1. Right hand turn, climb, detent. Continuing to accelerate. We'll get rid of all the flaps now. Beautiful. Safety away, folks. I'll see you again en route. Welcome to the cruise, folks. Flight level 170. I've played around with the sound. Hopefully the sound is not deafening outside. That's what I seem to have a bit of trouble with. I am using, I should mention this actually, I wasn't going to, but I'm using this little sound plug-in-y thing. I'll link to it in the description. I can't say I'm exactly clear how best to apply it, but I think I've got it right. I've basically got the exterior sounds turned down while I'm outside, and they're turned up while I'm inside. So let me jump inside, right, and then jump back outside, which is this one. Yeah, I think I've got that right. Environmental sounds. There'll be a link to it in the description anyway, folks. Most of you are probably thinking, yeah, we know about that, mate. What's taking you so long? I only discovered it really in response to that feedback, that comment on the previous video. I thought, I wonder if there's a way of sort of customizing the sounds, because I wasn't able to get it right. It won't be long before we've hit Toddy. This is a really short flight, about 45 minutes each way. Slightly longer today because we're going to fly an instrument approach. We're going to fly an RNAV. It's an RNAV, isn't it? Yeah, an RNAV for runway 35 to the left. The Zulu via Ogtal, which has us there. Now, yeah, Toddy in sort of 6 minutes. This thing flies the VNAV quite well, in my experience, so I'll let Georgie take us from Toddy down to Ogtal, and then we'll kind of look to hand fly it from that point forward. Weather, can we have a look at, what are we looking at here? Hang on, folks. There we go. Weather is 020 at 4 knots, 8 miles views, broken at, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah. So northerly-ish, 4 knots, yeah, runway 35 left, that's not a bad choice in the circumstances, I feel. And Georgie has captured our vertical path and is in auto throttle mode as well. So I've got auto throttle enabled. It's a setting, it's not realistic, but I like it. It works well. He's holding 300 knots for the moment. If I reduce that speed, yeah, let's reduce it to say 280. We should start to see the dials come back, which we do. And Georgie will maintain 280. He's on the vertical path. We need to be at Ogtal by 6,000. That's our constraint. There we go. 6,000 by Ogtal. Speed's coming back. Everything's going really well. Love these sort of pop-out things here in X-Plane. It's a great aircraft, this one. It was recently on sale too. I think for about $30 or something, wasn't it? Normally retails at 40 or 50. And I think the recent sort of spring sales had it and many other aircraft discounted. And this is fantastic value. I've got wonderful value out of this aeroplane over the years in both X-Plane 11 and X-Plane 12. How are you all enjoying the beta, the 12.2.0 beta? Feel free to answer that question via a comment in the comment section, folks. I think this is beta number 3. I think I might have missed a beta. I was kind of out of it a bit, literally out of it, but I'm back in it. Well, back in it in more ways than one. Back in the shit in some respects. But anyway, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna celebrate today. Liverpool have won the league. Happy about that. I was one of few people in my sort of circle, which admittedly it's not a big circle, but my circle, who had a feeling that Liverpool would win this season. I had so much of a feeling actually that I bought a shirt. Now I don't do that very often. I bought this season's Liverpool shirt at the start of the season. I had faith in Arne Slot and the boys when everyone thought there might be a drop-off after after Jurgi left, I thought, I don't know, something telling me here that I reckon he'll do something special. I reckon they're going to win the league. Ladies and gentlemen, Exhibit A. They've won the league and we're still in April. I might frame that shirt. I'm just looking at my dog as I say that. She's looking at me saying, you do what you want, pal. Just make sure you feed me twice a day. I don't care what you frame. Folks, we're down through 10,000. Slowing down to, we'll go to 240 knots, Georgie, which is there. We'll be at Octal at 6, and then we'll fly the approach runway 35 left into Congonhas. Alrighty, concluding stages, folks. Established on final, runway 35 left. Here at Congonhas, slightly below the glide at this time. We've got our speed under control. Looks like a VRF of about 108-ish. Sounds about right to me. Definitely getting a little bit stuttery on it. Typical. Lots and lots of stuff to render. This is the runway that the TAM A320 went off the end of, wasn't it? From memory. I saw that there's a documentary about that one on Netflix, which has appeared in recent weeks. I'll have to check that out. But, what an amazingly bad accident that was. I'm just noticing there's a balloon out here. Since when do we have balloons? Has that been introduced while I've been away? Maybe. I'll go flaps full, thanks. Since when do we have balloons? Okay. Anyway, what's the wind doing? Yeah, definitely favouring a landing on 35 left. Got our speed under control. Got our spoilers in the right place. 2 whites, 2 reds. So far, so good. Got some train action happening in front of us. An amazing city, Sao Paulo. A special shout out to you if you happen to hail from there.
500.
In fact, thanks Georgie, there's a pretty good chance that someone viewing this will hail from there. There's about 25 million of you who live there.
400.
Yes, thanks Georgie. Runway 35 left. Congonhas, folks.
Too low. Flaps.
Oh, shut up.
200.
Oh, there's a big stutter.
100.
Oh, not too much floaty. Yeah, a little bit more floaty than what I would have liked. Folks, welcome to Sao Paulo, Brazil. Thank you for your company, folks, in another video. I hope you've all been keeping well. Thanks for your support, as always. And until we next meet, you stay well, enjoy your simming, and bye for now.